welcome back to my channel. Make sure to hit that like button and hit that subscribe button because who would want to miss one of these videos? So today we are going to talk about college. Bear with me through this. It might be a little zigzaggy. That's just how my brain works. Why I left college. Just kidding, not really. Okay. Basically going over the start of it, why I left, do you need it, where I'm at now, and what are my future goals without going to college. So let's start off with the fact that I 100% understand that there are still families out there that believe you have to have a college degree to get anywhere in life. Now, I 100% disagree with that. I think it can certainly help with some positions, like if you wanted to be a CEO of a company. You're not going to be able to stride on in and be a CEO. You're going to have a background, and because we are going to be fresh out of college, you're going to have that college degree. And most places won't even hire you as a, minimalist, even small businesses, without that college degree. So I 100% understand that. But there's the opposite side of, if you want to be a CEO of your own company, you don't need to go to college for that and waste thousands of dollars. There's no point. You can do your learning on your own and focus on what you need to learn to get to that point. I think when I took college, I was taking classes that weren't even necessary. Some of them were exciting, but it wasn't necessary. I didn't even know what I wanted to be. I was taking psychology. I actually dropped that class because it was way too hard for me. If you took psychology and it was difficult for you, you get where I'm coming from. It just didn't flow. My brain didn't capture it. Something that I did find interesting was environmental studies. But the problem with that was I was so, I don't know, maybe it's just the millennial in me, but my teachers like to put their own beliefs. And I'm someone who is kind of middle ground on politics, so I understand both sides. My irritation is when I go into a class and someone's pushing their political beliefs down your throat. That's not the way to do it at all. And so that kind of was pretty distasteful, and I'm not going to lie, a lot of classes that happened, and I felt like I was wasting my time paying a teacher to give me their beliefs. Take, for instance, my English class. Multiple classes were canceled, and I mean, if I'm paying you, I should be able to get that education. I want to go there. I'm sure a lot of people were like, oh yay, no class. But I'm paying the teacher to be there. And she was gone so often. And then when she was there, this was right after Trump got elected, she came to class crying and basically was like, I'm here for anyone. And the whole class was talking about how awful this was. And I get it. There's people on opposing sides. There are people that are for it, and there are people against it. But your position of power isn't to do that. And I was so, I don't want to say disgusted, but baffled that someone of so high power was putting that. It could be, what if Hillary Clinton won and I went into a class and did the same thing? Either side, I 100% believe you shouldn't be bringing that into your classroom society. It was an English class, not a politics class. I didn't need to know about that. So, again, I felt like I was paying for stuff that was of no use to me. English class? I mean, that's one of my strong suits. I could have passed that class for all that matters. I mean, what did I learn from that? So, there was that, and that was my first semester of college. And then, I had my sociology class, which same thing happened. And then, what other classes? The environmental studies class, just like that class. I did learn some things, though, in that one more than the other classes. But there's the total opposite spectrum of these classes, though, that comes with college. You do have some classes that are exciting, like, even though there was some political side of environmental studies, I loved that class. It was so much fun to me and so exciting for me to learn those things. And then I took philosophy. Oh my gosh, that was such an amazing class. It made you think. There was no outside sources. The teacher specifically focused on what he was there to do, and that was so amazing. But it ended up not being the path for me. There was interesting classes and there was stuff I was learning, but it wasn't something I wanted to waste thousands of dollars to do. I wanted to either own my own company or be able to manage my own life. I want to be able to be in control. I want to be my own boss. And so it was just not the direction I wanted to go. And so that leads me to I left, and then shortly after moved. And who says you can't be successful without a college degree? I'm building my own career, and it's going to take probably just as long as college. And another note with that, just because you go to college or just because you don't go to college doesn't mean you can't go to a trade school. If you want to be someone who focuses strictly on something and not having to take a bunch of classes that are no use to you and you're having to pay for them and it's just like, what am I going to do with this in my future? Go to a trade school. I want to learn real estate, so that's what I'm going to go to school for, I guess you could say. I'm going to do real estate. I'm focusing on one thing, and there's nothing wrong with that. You can go to be an esthetician, cosmetology. You can strictly learn, I don't know what it's called, but learning how to work with the power lines, mechanic. There's so many other things that you can do. Don't beat yourself up because college isn't the right choice for you. And if someone wants to put you down for that, you're surrounding yourself with such negativity when you should be surrounding yourself with positivity. It's not the right fit for everyone. And I think in the year 2020, I think it's the time to realize that it really isn't. And yes, I see my friends going to college, and it does look fun in some circumstances. They're in their, what are they called? They live together, sororities. And that looks really fun and all, but it's just not the right fit for me, and that's okay. I also see some people with sororities, and they're still struggling in life, you know? So just because you do this one thing doesn't mean your life is going to be amazing. And also, on the other point, if you do quit college, make sure to have a plan of some sorts. Or at least make sure you're going to a job that you can get yourself somewhere. There's nothing wrong with that. But also, you know, you want to make sure you have a goal in mind. Because if you don't have a goal, you're going to be stuck in this, I want to say slump. It just can be difficult. So I say, all for it. Leave college if that's not the right fit for you. You're just putting yourself in a situation that isn't needed. If you're willing to stick through college, even though maybe you don't feel it's the right fit, and it's still something you want to do, that's okay too. You don't have to follow the I want to say status quo, but that doesn't sound like the right word. But you don't have to follow what everybody else is doing. Do something for you. That leads me to where I'm at now. Like I said, I am working on going to get my real estate license, and that's what I want to do. And I didn't need to go to college for that. There's schooling for it, but it's not college, and I'm not going to have to waste thousands of dollars to hear people's opinions and not work on actual classwork, and on top of that, take classes that I don't need. So, that's what I think. Let me hear in the comments below on where you're at. I'm doing just fine. I live in my own apartment. I don't live with my parents, and that's something that has been really important to me. Not that I don't love my parents, but I'm an adult. I should be working on my life and working on getting it together. To be honest, I'm just the kind of person, if I was still living at home, I would personally feel like I wasn't doing myself right, you know? It's just not the right fit for me. And maybe it's just the way I've been brought up, but, you know, once I turn 18, I'm responsible for what I do with my life and where I'm going. And if I was just going to stay home, what good does that do? Some people, it's perfect for them. If you're going to college and you're staying at home, that's perfectly fine. It just was not the right fit for me, and I'm happy to be where I'm at. I'm happy to have my own place, and I'm happy to be working on my future in my own place. So if that's something you want to do, I fully am on your side. Let me know below if that's something your parents do, if your parents are on the side of that you need college, and if you have any questions for me, feel free to leave that in a comment below, or you can DM me on Instagram. at Madison__Elaine, and I would be happy to talk with you and tell you, you know, how I got to where I am, or if you have questions or you're just wanting someone to talk to, feel free. I know that it can be really difficult and stressful on yourself to put yourself in that position of forcing yourself to do something that you don't want to do. But yeah, I'd love to talk to you, and if you have any recommendations or something you want to see from my channel, feel free to let me know, because I'd love to do it, and I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your week. Bye-bye.